So the time has finally come to. I've got HellFire in my hands. Um, this book. Well, actually, this is the second time I filmed this video because I'd done it the first time in my conservatory, speaking quietly because my twins were asleep and I had a fan on overhead. So it just didn't do this video justice. It probably would annoy some people if they were watching it, so I had to re-record. But yeah, I've waited a long time for this book. Really excited to read it and to see Danny Earls' art. I can't remember exactly how I came across Danny's work, like obviously through different people in the Irish indie comic scene sharing his stuff, and he had done it was kind of like a cover. It was Captain America, the Marvel MCU style. It was very realistic, black and white, and it was him with Thor's hammer. And then Danny had been doing a lot of kind of I guess realistic covers, all black and white, like beautifully kind of painted. And I didn't really take too much notice of him after that until I discovered he was actually doing a book. Like he was actually drawing a comic book, creating one, which got me excited because I do love cover artists, but I don't know, I'm more interested in following the artists that are drawing the interior work. I don't know why, I just that's kind of what I'm drawn towards. Like so this is HellFire, finally out, the first issue. It's, I guess, just in short, this is probably the best indie book from an art standpoint that I've ever bought in Ireland. Like I had a feeling it would be, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I'll go through some of the stuff, don't want to kind of spoil too much, like and yeah, I'm just gonna kind of drool over it, like, and kind of get my 71 YouTube subscribers to hopefully make a purchase and spread the word about this book, because I really think I see Danny's put up a few sample pages. He's done some kind of Daredevil and Iron Fist kind of 5 or 6 page sample, and he's doing some other Kickstarter, and like his work even from this book has come on like in leaps and bounds. Like I don't even know if he's going to finish this story, because I think people are going to be throwing money at him to do their books, a lot more money than he's probably going to get in making this. Like well, unless he gets huge sales, it might be more worth it to do this. Like but yeah, anyway, look, let's I guess probably what I'm thinking is this book, I think this is Danny's first ever book, like, and I do think eventually he's going to be like a big name, like if he keeps applying himself, and he seems to have a lot of time, and he's putting a lot of time and effort into this, and like the work that's coming out is incredible. Like, so he's going to be a huge name. And like if you want maybe if you're kind of a collector, I'm not really a collector type person, like, but I do think this book would be something that all collectors would want, like, because I have a feeling it's going to be sought after in a few years. But this is the cover of HellFire. It's set in Ireland, like back in the past, I think 18th or 19th century. But so like even the setting and the story, like, is I love that, I love when the Irish indie books kind of set it in some kind of part of Irish history, and kind of it's hard to make stuff in the past kind of rock and roll or feel kind of modern or cool, and I definitely think Danny has been successful so far in that. Like, it's a real treat to read this book. Like, the cover kind of sums up some of the different aspects. I would have actually went slightly different with the cover, just myself, like this kind of side view of the this kind of I have to read it a second time because I went through it quickly, but I think he's kind of like Knights Templar, or he's tied in with the church somehow, like, but this massive sword he's got, like that kind of total side view, like it reminds me a bit of like John Paul Leon or Tommy Lee Edwards, that's his name, isn't it? Tommy Lee Edwards. But I was just kind of thinking the placing of that sword hilt right on the groin of the Son of Satan. Like, I don't know if there's kind of some subtle hint that the Son of Satan is packing a serious piece on him. I don't know. Anyway, I'll have a look at some of the pages here. Starts out with a map. This is Hook Head in County Wexford in Ireland. I actually know this really well. As a kid growing up, me and my family would go to Wexford on holidays every summer, and we would always take a drive on one of the days down to the Hook Head Lighthouse. So I remember this old building, Loftus Hall, on the way down, and people used to tell stories that it was haunted and things like that. Like, so really nice illustration of this map here. I'd put a map into my first graphic novel, The Bog Road, and I have to say I'm ashamed that I didn't put more of an effort into it, because this is really nice by Danny. Like, there's another setting here, Ballyhack Castle, like, so they're obviously the key points in the story. But yeah, the book opens up like, sorry, I'm in the car here, so I'm trying to just work this a bit better. Like, this is the opening, and to me this is just incredible work. Like, it's so good. The shots, the atmosphere is incredible. Look at this, like, those trees are beautiful. Just the mood that actually looks like, I don't know if any gamers out there, if you played that game, Limbo. This looks kind of similar to Limbo, like, but like, the lighting is fantastic. I love this kid here, how he's referenced, he's kind of stylized with the big ears, and he just looks cool. Like, and like, even this setting here, like this, it's like an old castle, but it's just, I don't know, like, Danny's kind of made it look cool here, just with the composition. And I don't know if this is exactly what the castle looks like. Maybe he's kind of used some artistic license, but it looks great. And then this kind of establishing shot inside of the building, like, but it's just, that's a phenomenal opener to a comic book, I have to say. And it's, like I said, some of Danny's stuff reminds me of John Paul Leon or Tommy Lee Edwards, but then also Mike Mignola. You know, there's some kind of Mignola-esque stuff in there also. And it's like, Mignola is the master of making historical stuff kind of cool and kind of just appealing to a modern audience, and I think definitely Danny's tapping into that. Like, yeah, so it's kind of like each page is split, and so there's a story. There's kind of one section covering a father and a son here, and then the other one is this Ballyhack Castle. Like, I'm not going to show too much. This is a lovely page here. Like, I think this guy is, you know, he's what's he saying here? Like, yeah, he's kind of just a bit of a whack job. I think, like, he's wants to rid the world of a plague, and you know, talking about New World Orders. Anyway, cool looking character. I love these two panels here. He looks like an absolute beast. Like, that, you just would not mess with this dude. All the lightning effects around the sword is beautiful. The folds and the clothes. Not a strange choice, an interesting choice of how the sword is completely side on again. I don't think I would have done it, but I think it works. Kind of has that kind of graphic, bold kind of impact, like, but yeah, like, it's just some great kind of choice of shots and stuff like that. Like, I'm gonna kind of pull the camera away from time to time, not to show too much. This page here is beautiful. Like, I love this. The lighthouse. This guy here looks fantastic. Look at this ship. Beautiful. The waves, the rain, so well referenced. Like, it's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Like, you know, you'd be a fool not to buy this book. I don't know anybody on earth who could not appreciate this art. Let me see. One movie I was thinking, which I slightly get a buzz from, is Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's an incredible film. I love it. But, like, just when you look at this type of stuff, you get that vibe, don't you? It's just kind of steeped in atmosphere. There's a bit of dirt in it as well. You know, there's no harm in that. Look at this. Incredible. Actually, this was interesting. Like, this, you know, they're playing a card game. a card. I think a card drops on the ground. They look down and they notice this hoofed foot by this guy here. Now, where I grew up in Dublin, in the Dublin mountains, there's an old hunting lodge, and it's called the HellFire Club. We used to go up as kids, and we would kind of walk up. But the story was, there was a hunting lodge, and these hunters were playing cards, and this stranger turned up to play with them, and the card dropped on the ground, and they saw this hoofed foot, and it was meant to be the devil. So I don't know if this is kind of like a trope story that goes around Ireland, because, like, you know, this is set in a different part of Ireland. Like, it might be just a story that's kind of spread through the ether of all the people. Like, look at that, love that. This here, like, these two panels are gorgeous. They're just incredible. I love this hair and the stylization of the kind of circular glowing eyes. It's just so nice to look at. That face is phenomenal. Look at the lighting and just the torment in that woman's face. Like, but yeah, this would be my only, not a critique, but I think in some of the faces Danny hasn't fully nailed probably what he wants to do. Like, the exciting thing is when you see stuff like this, you know eventually what Danny's going to be capable of with everything that he does, and he's just pumping out like so much work. It's going to be sooner rather than later. But I think some of the panels, some of the faces maybe are not like as incredible as these. Like, so he's kind of setting himself a high standard of consistency, which I know is tough to do, but it's exciting to kind of see what the future holds. And, like, to be honest, some of this work could be a few years old at this point. I'm not too sure. Like, that's really nice. It's kind of like a veil or a shawl kind of hanging over a dead body. Look at that, incredible. But I think I'll leave it at that. I don't really want to give too much away. The end of the story. There's one other. Look at this face here. Look, how nice is that? That's a really cool looking demon. So yeah, I'm not going to show any more. This book is beautiful. If you like beautiful artwork, and if you're into Irish history or Irish kind of culture, Irish stories, go and check it out. It's I don't know if everybody would buy it because it's in black and white. Maybe younger people. I know when I was younger, I had no interest in black and white. Like, when I was buying comics, like, but yeah, just another beautiful book from Rogue Comics. They're doing some awesome, publishing some awesome books, and yeah, don't miss out on it. You'd be a fool to. Anyway, see you in the next video.